half an inch to the right, and this morning we would be having a different conversation right now. Guys, if this is your first time watching me, my name is Jay. I'm a retired U.S. Army Green Beret, and the intent behind this channel is to share knowledge and wisdom with the next generation of special operations soldiers. Back in 2015, I had a chance to go to SOTIC. SOTIC is Special Operation Target Interdiction course. It's our level 1 sniper course that is the standard for all of special operations. Green Berets go through it, Ranger guys go through it, Delta Force guys go through it, Secret Service guys go through it, FBI guys go through it. It's the standard. And while I was at that school, guys, I learned a variety of skills necessary to be a top level sniper. So today, I wanted to give you guys my tactical analysis as far as what took place during the attempted assassination of former President Trump. So starting off, let's talk about the weapon and the caliber of round that this individual was using. So more than likely, guys, it was a suppressed weapon that he was using. And I can tell this by looking and listening to the audio, video footage that's currently making its way around social media. Right? The sound that came out of that barrel was very muffled. More than likely, guys, it was also a small caliber AR platform. I'm guessing 223, no bigger than a 308. The weapon system had to be a semi-automatic rifle platform. There's a lot of reporting stating that there was 7 to 9 shots. If it was a bolt action, guys, this shooter would not have enough time to put out that many rounds. This leads me to believe that it was definitely semi-auto. Reporting is also coming in stating that the shooter was approximately 125 yards to 150 yards from the former president when he took his shots, which leads me to believe that a lot of different things affected this shot. Within special operation itself, guys, as a sniper, we zero at approximately 100 meters. All right. And when we're shooting within that distance, 100 to about 200 meters, guys, wind doesn't really have an effect on the shot itself. Once you start pushing out further and further, then you got to start accounting for winds. But 125 to 150 yards, that's nothing to a trained individual, which leads me to believe that this guy didn't have any training. He didn't know what he was doing. Another thing that could have affected this shot is this individual was rushed. There's a lot of reporting coming out about civilians reporting to the authorities that they saw a man on top of a building crawling around up there. The shooter might have picked up on that and knew that the authorities were on to him, so he low crawled to his position and then he sent off a couple of shots before the Secret Service sniper was able to put him down. So now that's on the shooter's side. This segment is brought to you by Iconic Medical. Iconic Medical is a full spectrum men's health and wellness clinic specializing in a variety of treatment for men. But in this segment, guys, I want to talk to you guys about TRT, testosterone replacement therapy. Guys, once I got done running and gunning at the highest level over 3rd Special Forces Group, I went to the schoolhouse and I began duty as a first sergeant. I went from operating at 1,000 miles an hour to, 100. And it hit me like a ton of bricks. It's very typical in our fields, especially with special forces operators operating at the highest level, right? You've been running and gunning at such a high tempo, just the adrenaline rush to where when it all stops, everything just comes crashing. And that's exactly what happened to me. I had no energy to do anything. I had to stand up at work just to get the job done. I was tired all the time. I was taking naps literally 2 to 3 times a day. I would go to the gym and I just didn't have the energy to actually live. I didn't know what to do, but I knew I had to do something. My test levels came back at 300. I couldn't believe it. So I got on test immediately. And once I did that, guys, it was like a complete 180. I had all the energy in the world. I literally could lift the world at the gym and I had energies for days. If you find yourself in this boat, Reach out to Iconic Medical. They do everything in-house. They will schedule the consultation. They will schedule your blood work. And if you need it, they will get your prescription and your medication to you so you can start feeling like yourself again, guys. If you're interested, check out the description box below. There you will find the link to Iconic Medical's website with the discount code GBC. Those guys are awesome and they will take care of you. Let's get back to the episode. What took place with the Secret Service sniper? So in this case, we would call this counter sniper operation, right? Sniper versus sniper. So in this case, the Secret Service sniper, who is highly trained, had a couple of things going through his mind. For starters, the shot that took out the shooter probably came from behind President Trump. It was probably anywhere between 100 to 400 meters, right? It had to be within that window because that within itself is a super easy shot for anybody that's trained. And it had to be fast, like one shot, one kill. And in order to do that, within the sniper community, we have what's called cold bore, meaning if you pick up your rifle and it's cold, you haven't put any rounds to it, you need to know how that round is going to react once you fire that first round. Because after shooting it, after a while, the barrel gets hot and has the ability to shift how your round impact. So that sniper definitely knew what his cold bore was. Because based on what I've seen and heard, he took out the shooter with just one shot. Within the sniper community or within the military, we have what's called target reference point. Meaning, if there's areas within the perimeter that's not covered or there's a security gap, as a sniper, you make a note of all these areas. So if something happens, the first thing you're doing is you're going right to that target reference point, right? So in this case, the sniper knew that he had a rooftop that wasn't covered. And as soon as he heard rounds, and you could see it in the picture, right? He quickly shifted and put rounds down range. So he knew that that rooftop was a threat and it was open, right? Because he was able to react very fast and very swiftly to put the target down. So with all that said, guys, hats off to that Secret Service sniper. It could have been a lot worse if he wasn't able to react the way that he did. All right. Now let's transition to the failures that took place within this event. First one's going to be security and the complete disregard for information. Tons of reporting are coming in stating that civilians reported to the local authorities that they saw a man crawling around on a rooftop. Whether it was lack of manning or just complete disregard for security, somebody's going to have to answer for this, guys. Because at no point in time should that have happened. As soon as the reporting had came in, they should have flooded the area, got on top of that roof, or at least have the sniper keep eyes on top of that roof the entire time. Word should have been passed on to that Secret Service sniper, and he should have just been honed in on that area. And as soon as he saw somebody low crawling, that should have been a red flag. Now, keep this in mind. Had that sniper not been spot on, like Johnny on the spot, things would have been a lot worse, right? Because the PSD that was around the former president, guys, I'm not trying to be harsh, but it was amateur hour. I'm talking about the former president had time to bend over and grab his shoe. He had time to stand up. He had time to raise his fists. Like, what are we doing? As soon as you hear the first round, somebody should have violated the former president immediately. It's one of those things. It's like a switch that turns on in your head. Like you hear that, just like that sniper, as soon as he heard that shot, he quickly spun around and did work. As soon as that round hit, every single Secret Service member on that stage should have tackled the president, should have got him on the ground, should have dragged him out, should have gotten him in that vehicle, and they should have hauled ass. I'm talking about seconds, right? My man had a chance to put his shoe on, stood up, and had a variety of photo op opportunities. Like, what are we doing? If that sniper had missed and that shooter had a chance to re-engage, former President Trump would have been dead. Secret Service agents could have been dead. Like, it could have been a lot worse, right? Secret Service agent, I appreciate you guys and what you're doing, but you got to have some violence or action. All right, shot goes off. Hey, I'm grabbing that dude, right? He's on the ground. Forget about the fact that he's a highly powerful man. When all the dust settle, he's going to thank you for being alive, right? Body slam them, jump on him, grab him, get him out of there, right? But don't put your hands in front of him, like hugging him. He's a big dude. You got to go for his legs. Get him on the ground, like get on top of him, bear crawl his ass out of there, like whatever you need to do to protect that dude's life. But you can't be up there putting your hands up, hugging him. Like, that was a big failure on those guys' parts. With all that said, guys, I'm glad things turned out the way that they did. It should have never happened in the first place, but I'm glad that man's alive today, all right? At no point in time is this okay. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section below, guys. Until next time, take care of yourselves.